Hello and welcome to a brand new show. This show is called Posh Rosh. I am your host Roisin and I will be showing you a host of recipes from all over the world, all desserts. The desserts are of course enjoyed by everybody, children, adults, you name it. And we will be doing all kinds of desserts, desserts that follow meals, desserts that you have in the morning, any time of the day desserts. And so I hope you'll join us regularly. And today we will start with something very simple but very, very popular. Today I will be showing you how to make a fruit crumble. I've chosen apples today, but you can make this with many other things. And so do join me in our ingredients. Okay, so as I said, we will be using apples today. And so here's a bunch of apples. Then over here I have 225 grams of flour, maida, and then I have 75 grams of butter. I have 150 grams of brown sugar, a teaspoon of baking powder, about 2 tablespoons of jelly powder, and this is some cinnamon. And so let's start. First we'll start with making our crumble base. तो ये इसमें मैं ये मैदा डालती हूँ और फिर ये बेकिंग पाउडर डाल दिया, इसमें ये मक्खन डाल और ये ब्राउन शुगर. ये एक crumble base है for this recipe. It doesn't come in the base of the recipe, but the basis of this recipe is the crumble. ये मैं हाथ से मिक्स कर रही हूँ till it resembles bread crumb. कि ये पूरा मक्खन जो है, जो रूम टेम्परेचर पे है, ये इसमें मिक्स हो जाए. Mostly, other than making pastries, आप बेकिंग में जब मक्खन इस्तेमाल करते हैं केक्स के लिए, तो ये इसको रूम टेम्परेचर पे होना चाहिए, because it's much easier to blend in your eggs if you're using eggs or your flour or whatever. So here we go. और ये जो crumble का जो topping है, this can be then frozen. Just put it in a plastic bag and freeze it. And whenever you want to use it, you just have to pull it out and, it stays sort of like this. It doesn't become very hard in the freezer because it's got all the flour and everything. So you just sprinkle it on whichever fruit you have in season. Apples are always in season. This is why I've used apples today, because पूरे साल आपको सेब मिलते हैं. और आजकल अमरूद का मौसम है. अमरूद का क्रम्बल बहुत मज़ेदार बनता है. It's very different. Most people are used to other fruits, but guava crumble is very popular and very different to, use in desserts. Mostly people use apples and bananas and peaches and pineapple, but in this dessert guavas would also be equally nice. So there we go. We have our crumble topping ready, and we'll come on to slicing our apples. For this, I put this aside. Just and here we can slice up our apples. कोई भी किस्म के apples जो आपको बाज़ार में मिले, green apples और these आजकल ये golden delicious apples हैं, तो ये जो सब apples हैं आप इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं. We just slice this up finely and use it. This dessert, the best part is that it's so simple and yet delicious. Most of the recipes that I will teach you will be very simple. They might, but the end result is very good. They might look complicated when people have them, but you will see that actually it's, you know, very, very easy to make desserts. And of course, as I said, everyone loves desserts, or most people love desserts. I certainly do. And so we have all these apples that we're going to be slicing up for our dessert. तो अभी हम इसको ज़रा पकाते हैं, and then we will assemble it. So yeah, let me take my saucepan and I just put my apples in here. There we go. अभी ये कोई 2 tablespoon jelly powder है. You can use any flavor. It's just basically इसका flavor खास नहीं निकलेगा. It will gel everything together. ये 2 piece दालचीनी के हैं. Apple and दालचीनी are a perfect combination. और इसमें मैं डालूँगी, क्योंकि ये 2 tablespoon चीनी और कोई 1/4 cup, or make it 1/2 cup of water. So we cook all of this together, and the jelly is to make it all sort of gel together, so बहुत liquid ना हो, और ये जब bake होगा तो उस वक्त it will gel together. And we haven't put too much sugar because our topping, the crumble, this has a lot of brown sugar in it which will caramelize nicely. So here I'm going to just cook it for a little bit. So now I am cooking this on a low flame, not too high a flame. Stir this a little, and ये जो cinnamon है इसका फ्लेवर आ जाएगा. ये पानी में ये भी जब पानी पकने लगेगा तो ये दालचीनी अपनी खुशबू छोड़ेगी, and that will be perfect with our apples. You see, even in apple pies we always add cinnamon. Cinnamon and apples always go together. You have, you know, apples in these apple and cinnamon turnovers and all kinds of desserts. Cinnamon and apple, just I think they're just the most wonderful combination. तो इसमें ये बाद में मैं हटा दूँगी ये दालचीनी, क्योंकि ये साबुत है. अगर आपके पास फ्रेशली ग्राउंड दालचीनी हो वो भी डाल सकते हैं, उसका फ्लेवर बहुत ही जल्दी आ जाता है. ये ज़रा पकेगा, लेकिन अभी I don't want these apples to be too soft. I want them to have a bit of, you know, like I want them to soften a little but not too soft. And now we'll go for a short break and see you after the break.